How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great summer. It's been about a little over a year and a couple of months that I've done one of these videos. So I thought I would do an update about my e-bike. I guess I know I butchered the name of it in the last video and somebody corrected me, and I guess the V is pronounced as a W, so VTUVia, something like that, I think. I'm still probably doing it wrong. But I thought I would give you a little update. I've done some changes to the bike since the last video. The only thing I don't have with it today is the trailer. That's still unchanged or anything like that. So out and about today, a lot of people are aware of my situation at home. I get very little time to do much of anything, but our daughter is doing a lot better. Still got a long way to go, but she's getting there. Making some changes, and soon she'll be up and about soon. Maybe we can get her one and go for bike rides together. Anyways, the changes that I've done to the bike are pretty much, I've added rear taillights to it and turn signal. This one right here is motion censored, or motion activated. It does turn off. They call it a smart one. A lot of the stuff that I've gotten for this bike, I've gotten through either Amazon or eBay. And I wish I could show you the links, but when I go back to try to find some of this stuff, it's been so long, it's moved or no longer continued or anything like that. All I can say is just poke and prod and see. Now, one of the newest upgrades I did on this bike is a rear view camera. Many of you know that I've got it set up with a GPS. There used to be, I can't remember, but I got a rear view camera simply because the bike is pretty fast and powerful. It's not really meant to ride on the sidewalks, but while I'm out on the street, I want to be able to see, and I've tried dozens of mirrors that hooked up to the side end caps, and they just vibrated or too small. You couldn't see jack out of them. This empty slot is for my cell phone. I have a GPS hooked up to it, and that's obviously the computer for the bike. Wow, ooh, almost 666, but 668. That would have been goofy. Anywho, but the rear view camera, it is wired, battery operated, and I've got it mounted right underneath this light. It's very tiny, very small. I put some super duper tacky tape a few months ago, and it's held fine. It's held great. One of the upgrades that I also did, now many of you who have purchased this bike, and from what I've gathered, went and bought one. I've gotten many people come and say, I bought one, thank you very much, and I hope you folks are enjoying it as much as I am. Excuse me. One of the things I did upgrade, this light here is by no means bright enough for night riding. It's great for a daytime light. So I got a 1200 lume light, and it is fantastic. And that's another one that I've gotten through eBay. My GPS I got through eBay, and the rear camera I got through eBay. I highly recommend you folks picking one up, and soon. They're only selling for about 60 bucks, and you might be able to find it cheaper either on eBay or maybe looking around a little bit more on Amazon. But the one that I paid for, I think I paid something like $59 for it, but I love it. The camera doesn't jump or jolt, or I can see perfectly out of it. But I think I put maybe 300 miles since the last time I did the ride, or that last video, excuse me. The only thing I've had fail on me was the brakes. And that was simply because I was cleaning them, and I put some oil on the chain, WD-40, and it got onto the brake pad, and they self-destructed. So I brought it to my local bike shop, and they had to order it. It took them a little while to find the right brake pads. I'm not sure what all the confusion was about. And why he had a difficult time getting them. A lot of you have mentioned switching over to hydraulic, and I wanted to do that, but the gentleman at the bike shop that I get my repairs done on my bikes, and like I said, this has only had brakes done to it. Said hydraulic and mechanical disc brakes, there's no difference. Now, I don't know anything about hydraulic. I did want hydraulic when I did pick this up, but they work great. They're fantastic. I get the biggest kick. I park my Jag and during the summer and use this thing all summer long for everything. I'm out down by Lake Memphremagog, and all along here is a bike path that runs along the coast up literally to Canada, and it is the most beautiful trail. I get the biggest kick out of it. Leo comes with me. My daughter Leah has gone with me. My son Robert has also gone with me. But with everything going on at home, we haven't really been able to do too much of things like that. Other than that, the bike has been flawless. It's been fantastic. It's been wonderful. VTUVia, am I still pronouncing that still wrong? Somebody make a video on how to pronounce the name of this bike. Has even reached out and said, my gosh, I love what you did. And they know that I've been sending people their way to purchase these. Now, purchasing an e-bike, one of the things I've learned, this is my first e-bike. And when I was shopping around for them, I've learned that you get what you get. And like, you can buy these things for $300 or $400 all the way up to tens of thousands of dollars. When I was looking at them, I've looked at hundreds of different bikes. And it seems like what you pay for is what you get. So I went with a higher end bike. And like I said, it has been flawless. All I had to do was change the brake pads out, because that was my stupid fault, not a failure on that part. That was my fault. So overall, the bike has been fantastic. I love riding it. I can't get enough of it. And I just had the greatest time. You know, I hook my cell phone up and I'll watch YouTube videos, or listen to them, I should say, not so much watch them, or music or anything along those lines, and just cruise about the town, up in the hills, and find trails and stuff like that. The bike has been fantastic. The one thing I do want to do is get a softer seat. The seat's not bad, but it is kind of hard. But that's about, the next thing I'll probably upgrade on the bike. Other than that, I don't foresee myself doing too much more to this thing. My bike bag is from Tupac, the same with the fenders. I'm not saying that right at all either. Tupac or something like that. Right there's the name of it. Tupac. Sorry. Is that in focus? But Tupac. That's where, got it through Amazon, or you can get them through eBay. It depends upon what you're looking for. They've got so many different models. I've got two different style bags. I've got this one. I find that holds the most. I've got a little bit smaller one that's got a drop down side, but I find this one is a lot more practical for myself. It all depends on your personal preference on what you do. I did add side lights to the thing for blinker purposes. I'm not happy with them. I did order a different set that is a turn signal / light. They say it's, bright enough to use it as a nighttime rider, but I'm not sure about that. So, in the next video, I'll obviously, upgrade that. So that should be coming in the next week or two. I guess they're coming in for China or something like that. These are good. They're cheap. I think I only paid like $9 for them. I'm just not happy with them. They're not me. Just a little update video. The e-bike, it's been about a year and a half and a couple hundred miles more, and I can't get enough of this bike. And I will most certainly buy another one, but I don't foresee myself doing that just yet, because the bike has been flawless. It runs. If you take care of it, it will last you forever. I have not, and I'm definitely afraid of doing so, is taking it out in rain. I'm a little sketchy about that. I'm afraid that it's, because all of the components for the for the computer are right behind that plate, and water kicking up into it and things like that, I'm deathly afraid of creating a short or something like that, or things getting fried. So I try to avoid rain as much as possible. Has it been out? Yeah, but it does slide around a little bit under braking. So just be careful of that and be aware of that. But like I said, I hope everybody enjoys their new e-bike. To the folks that went and got new ones, I'm not saying you have to buy this one. I'm just, do your homework and find out what's best suited for you. I've learned that there's 500, 750, and 1,000 and 1,500. Once you get into like the 750 watt motor, they don't really have too much more. When you get into like the 1,500, it's a little bit faster, but the time and all that type of stuff is about the same. Sorry about that. Some people were walking by and were inquiring about the bike. This thing it turns heads all day long, riding it all day long. People stop and talk to you about it. Up here in northern Vermont, there's a couple of them, not an awful lot of them, but everybody is by means loves this one. There's another gentleman who does have ones kind of similar to this one, but they prefer mine over his. And like I said, that also becomes personal preference. It depends upon what you're looking for in an e-bike. This one I forgot to tell you, this light down here at the bottom is actually wireless, and it does act as a turn signal, which I thought was cool. Because like I said, I do ride this thing out on the road, and I might as well be somewhat, courteous to cars behind me as to what I'm doing. I want to be seen. There's just been too many, up here especially with tourism, there's an awful lot of cars on the road, and there's been a few bike accidents, and it scares me because people just don't have the courtesy of bikes on the road. I understand we're slower and things like that, but you should still respect, a bicyclist. You don't need to, just because you're in a rush, you don't need to sideswipe me, just because you're in a rush. Slow down and wait for the opportunity to pass, or I'll slow down and move over into, jump on the sidewalk real quick and get back off of it. I've had no issues. I've heard a lot of people talk about regulations in certain states about these things and having too much motor. I don't know that much about it. I've had no complaints with a 750, but I know some states only require you to have 500, nothing more. As far as I know, Newport has this is literally like the first, maybe not the first, but one that's always out and about, that's on the road. So they really haven't. I'm kind of waiting for to get in trouble with this thing on the road. So just you just check in your with your local police department and try not to order something, because you can ride mopeds and stuff like that on the road if it's not 50 cc or more. It's kind of along that same line. They don't want electric bikes that are 750 or more. As far as I know, like I said, Vermont doesn't have any regulations on that, but people have brought it up to me wondering, and I don't have an answer. But yeah, just a little update video. I'll do another one at some point in time and kind of go from there. But I've got 668 miles on it. I'm going to go probably another 10 miles today. I'm going to take it up along the bike path, and it's a beautiful flat dirt, just a wonderful ride. And there's a gorgeous breeze out today. A little hot, but the breeze off the lake is beautiful. And those are the type of bike rides that I do. I have not drained the battery completely. I charge it up when it starts to get low. I'm guessing that a full battery on full, using not pedal assist, but as riding it as a free ride, I'll get about 30 miles. But I have not killed the battery at all from what I've been using it for. It takes a couple hours to charge up. While that's charging, I'll if the bike is you know, not moving or anything like that, they'll shut this off. It shuts off. Oh, I did get a request. People are asking me how to access the functions to this. I don't have all the answers for you, but one thing that I have found that you can do, oh, sorry about the shakiness, is hold the top button. That turns on your light, obviously. Or, I'm sorry, what is it? Shoot. Up and middle one? Oh, okay, no, that's not it. Why isn't it working now? Or maybe it was the bottom one. But there is a way to access the function to change, you know, the kilometers an hour, change voltage, change amps, change, you know, everything along those lines in this thing. And I'm trying to do it on the video because I've been trying to explain it to people. Top and bottom? Oh, yeah, there it is. Top and just hold the top and bottom and you can scroll through. I have not played with this because I have no idea what a lot of this stuff does. So just be careful. I don't know how to reset it or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know what a lot of this stuff means, and I've been trying to look for a manual that will give me some ideas to what it is. And to get out of it, I just usually just shut the bike down, and well, obviously it's not going to do it. How did I get into it? I forgot. Oh, just the top and bottom hold. There is another function that you can do, and that one I have not figured out yet. Somebody was talking to me about it. So I'm going to close this up. If you have any questions, by all means, please ask me. I'll answer you as soon as I can. Or usually I get back to people relatively soon. Sometimes I get sidetracked and I forgot about it, but I'll definitely get to you. And by all means, please reach out to VTUVia and inquire about it. Let them know that you saw this video and want to know more about their bikes. It is VTUVia. Shoot, I wish I knew how to spell. I'll put it down below. viːtuvja.com, and they've got all their bikes on there. I mean, they have so many mountain bike type tires, the fat tires, so many different types they have. They've got, I don't know, I want to say about maybe 15 maybe different types of e-bikes. They're a good company. Like I said, they're small, they're growing, and I think they've got a great future in all of this. They've treated me wonderful. I've had the best customer service, and they respond to me relatively soon, in the next couple of days, if I've got a question, comment, concern. So, happy riding all. I hope you guys enjoy your summer, and I pick up an e-bike. I think you guys will see that they are a lot of fun. I have absolutely enjoyed this thing to death. So, happy riding, and we'll see you in the next. All right, have a great summer. Bye, all.